Hello everyone. So in today video we will be discussing about index sequential files. We have already seen what are direct access files, what are sequential files, and how the accessing are done in these kind of files. So today we will see what is index sequential file and how the accessing is done. See, index sequential file combines both sequential file and the direct access file organization. So in this, the data is accessed using an index. So we will be having minimum two files. One is the index file and other one is the data file. Through an index file, I'm going to access the records in index sequential files. Same as that you access records in books. You have index pages, and an index page you have a key, that is the name of the chapter, and you have the page number, that is the address. So from an index key I can directly from an index I can directly go to that particular page. So each record of a file has a key value which uniquely identifies it. An index will consist of the key and the addresses. So I'm going to have a record, a data file, which will be having certain fields, and out of those fields there may be certain fields which uniquely identify that record. For example, the record for student will have roll number as a unique identifying key. My index file will have that key and address to that particular record. So roll number 1 will be at this particular address, roll number 2 will be at this particular address. An index sequential file is a sequential file which has an index associated with it. We will be generating full index file. That means I'm going to have an index of for each and every record, right? And whenever I'm inserting or deleting any record, I have to update the changes, or I have to reflect the changes in the index file also. So this is how index files are arranged. We are having two files, the minimum two files. One is the index file and one is the record file. So index file is having keys, name are the keys, and these are the addresses where the actual records are stored. So these are known as index sequential files. See, indexing is a data structure. It is a data structure which is a data structure technique which is used to efficiently retrieve the records. So how we are going to create an index or indexing can be of following types. Primary index are generally created on a field which has a unique value. So primary index is defined as an ordered data file. The data file is ordered on a key field. The key field is generally a primary key of a relation. So in this, the primary index is generally generated on a primary key. Secondary index may be generated on any field, which can have a duplicate values, or which is having a unique value. So index can be generated on the secondary fields also. Clustering index is an index, it can be an index on a non-key fields. That means any field which is not uniquely identified in my records. My index can be created on that field also. For example, I'm creating an index on the marital field, right? So marital field can be married, unmarried, or it can be divorced, right? So an index can be generated based on that. That means I will be having an index for a married records. I will be having index for unmarried records, and I will be having index for married, unmarried, or maybe divorced one. So these are the clustering index which are generally created on the fields which are not which does not uniquely identified my particular record. So primary index are created on the fields which are unique. For example, roll number. Secondary index can be created on the fields which are unique, or it can be on the uh, on the uh, on the fields which are having duplicate values. Clustering index are generally generated on the fields which does not uniquely identifying your records. So this is how we can create indexes on various fields. So my index can be a dense index, or it can be a sparse index. Dense index is the index in which we are having an index record for every record in my data file. So I'm having an index for every record, for example, like this. Whereas sparse index is an index in which index record will is not created for every search key values. The index records will contain a search key and an actual pointer to the disk. To search a record, we have to proceed sequentially. For example, I have an index for China, and I think any country starting from China. I'm going to access the address. I'm going to reach to this particular block, and then I'm going to sequentially search in this block. So these are known as sparse indexes, in which the index is not there for every field of my data. For index is not there for every record. So this is the next, this is multi-level index, which helps in breaking out the index into the several smaller parts. We can have one outer index, which can be further divided into certain inner index, and that can be further divided into the data blocks. So this can also be done. This can also be done. So these are certainly done. It will help us to break down the index into several smaller indices in order to make outermost level so small so that it can be easily accommodated in the main memory. That means for it is a smaller one, so in a single disk access it can be brought into the memory. So these type of indexing techniques are done. Advantage of index sequential file is that it provides both the access sequential and random access. A range retrieval can be done, right? If I'm creating a sparse index, a range retrieval can be done using that. It can access the records very fast because now we don't have to sequentially search for it. I can see in the index file and then I can go directly to that particular record. It reduces the, it is not only the sequential search, it has an advantage of both sequential and direct access. Disadvantage is that it requires more space because now you have to create, you have to create minimum two different files. One is the index file and one is the data files. They are expensive because now the process is a bit different. You first have to find the address from the index file and then you have to access from the main file. Index sequential file requires a unique key and periodic reorganization. Say when we do indexing a particular field, um, a particular field, that also need to be reorganized in particular intervals depending upon how the organization of records are changing. Now, to implement the concept of and now we will see it's a bit of implementation, which is very easy. To implement the concept of index sequential file, we will consider an approach. We will have one index part and we will have a separate file for the data file. So we will be having minimum two files. One is index file and we are having a data file as a which is having a sequential structure. So we will be having two files while creating. Moreover, what we are doing is that let us now suppose this is my class structure. So I'm storing these records and this is my index file which is having a primary key and in position, and through position I can find the address of my record. So this can be the structure of my file. So I'm having two structures. One is the record structure and one is the index structure. And index structure is having an ID, that is the primary key, and a position from which we can calculate the address. So for creating an index sequential file, I have opened the two files. One is the index file and one is sequential file because we have to update in both the files. We will first take input from the user about the records, maybe name, roll number, employee ID and all. Then I'm going to write it in a sequential file, in a data file. And I'm going to take that position where the record has been written and I'm going to update it into a indexed, index in an indexed record structure. For example, I'm going to take these values, I'm going to store it in my file, and I'm going to store the record of employee ID and the position where the record is inserted in the object of this, and then I'm going to write it again into an indexed file. So this process can continue, and then I'm going to close that file, both the index files. So in this also, while creating, I have opened two files. One is the index file and one is the record file. We have taken input from the user and I have written the record in the data file, and from there I have taken employee ID, I have taken the key value, and I have taken the position, where the record is inserted, and I have stored it in the index file. So I'm having we are creating dense index where I'm having an index for each and every record, and this process can be continue till you want to add more records. You can display the records again by looking into an index file. So first I'm going to the index file, and from the index file we are going to check whether the record actually exists or not, and then we are going to read from the actual file. So we are going to open both the files. We are going to take our pointers to the beginning of both the index and sequential file. First I'm going to read the indexed file. Now first we are going to read the index file. We are taking position from the index file, then we are setting the pointer. After taking position, we are setting the pointer to that particular position in the sequential file where the data is stored, and then we are reading the record from the sequential file. When we have read the record, if the record does not exist, that means maybe the record can be logically deleted and we have -1 at that position. And we are going to display only that records that actually exist, and if that record is having -1 after logical deletion, I'm not going to show that record. And this is how we are closing the file. So it is very simple. We are first reading from an index file, we are finding the position, we are setting our pointer to that particular position, and then I'm reading. Then we are reading. See, searching is also easily done. First, I'm going to search in an index file. We are going to take an employee ID which we want to search. I'm going to check in an index file first whether whether the key exists in an index file or not. If we found the key, we are going to take the position and going to store in POS. Now, if this, and then we are coming out of the loop. If it does not find ID in the index file, that means the record is not present in the main file also. And if we found the record, we will take the position, we will set our pointers to that particular position, and then we are going to read the record from that particular part. So this is how we are searching it. See, if you can see, we have combined the features of both direct access and sequential access. We are sequentially searching in an index file, and we are directly accessing from the main file, from the data file. So now only when we read the records, if the record is -1 at that particular position, that means the record is not present after logical deletion. Otherwise, I'm going to display the records. See, deletion is very interesting. When we delete any record, we need to do updation in the index file also. So first we are going to search the record. Same as that we are doing it in the searching. We are going to search the records, and if we found the record, we are holding the position. So this slide is just for searching. That means if we found the record, we are holding the position. After holding the position, what I'm doing is I'm going to that particular part. I'm going to take the object of this entire record, and I'm updating it with the initial value to logically delete it, and then we are going to write it in a sequential file. So through this program, what I have done, I have written -1 -1 as I have logically deleted that particular record, and I have initialized it with some particular value representing that this record is deleted from the data file. Now, what I have to do, once I have deleted the record, I have to update the same changes to my index file. So what I have done is I have taken employee ID and I have set the record -1, and I have taken position again, and I went to that position in an index file, and I have updated my index file also, and then we have closed the files. So we have clearly seen that once we found the position from an index file, after searching, we are going to that particular location, we are updating on that location, then we are updating the index file also. This is how we perform various operations in the index file, which is not at all tough. We are just creating two different indexes, two different files. One is the index file and one is the sequential file. And as you have seen, we have created dense index. So we are having index for each and every record in a file. So this is just for your understanding that I have given these codes. You might have to do certain changes in this code, and then you have to implement it. Thank you. With this, I have completed my syllabus. Let us know if you're having any doubt. Thank you. Thank you.